Hello, welcome back to another educational METIS segment. I'm Wallace Chain, founder and CEO of METIS Real Estate. With me today is Ryan and Salik of Build Shilo. They're our resident ADU experts, and they're here to review the new and much anticipated California ADU regulations. But before we get to that, both you did a roadshow here in the Bay Area a couple of months ago. They're really well attended. What did you think of that? What happened, and what was the result of all your hard work?
Yeah, it was a really great experience getting to see such great response from the ADU community in the Bay Area. Thanks to Wallace's help, we had full packed houses in all three of our ADU seminars in San Francisco, San Jose, and San Mateo, and we hope to host many more in the future. And from those events, we're actually working with 3 clients now to build their ADUs.
Fantastic. So you guys are just moving right along, and I'm constantly impressed with all the work and all the innovation that's going into Build Shilo. You have an amazing product. I firmly believe in it. So let's get to the California regulations and new rules and laws, right? They're technically, I believe they're actually laws. So as of January 1st, 2020, what are the new and most prominent changes to, say, someone like me looking to build an ADU on my property?
So California previously was already one of the more liberal states regarding ADUs, but in 2020 they have really unlocked ADU development to literally everyone. Now, if you basically have a single or multifamily property, you're most likely eligible to build an accessory dwelling unit. There's no more minimum lot size, which is still subject to floor area ratio, but you are most likely eligible to build an ADU if you have the space. Setbacks have been pushed back to 4 feet, so they can't install a requirement that is larger than 4-foot setbacks. And basically, to be safe, the minimum max size that a city can establish is now 800 square feet. So it's safe to say that if you have the size and the backyard space, you can build an 800 square foot ADU with a 16-foot height maximum.
Absolutely. For real estate investors, a really important law is removing owner occupancy. A lot of individuals already own the land, and adding an ADU brings in an incredible return on investment. And so not having owner occupancy for the next 5 years really unlocks that target market. Also, there's no impact fees for any ADUs under 750 square feet, which is big. So that's kind of a magic number if you're looking to build an ADU, but don't want to have to pay additional impact fees and increase those permitting costs. That can be crucial. And instead of 120 days for a city to review an ADU and get back to you, it's now pushed down to 60 days. So that time is cut in half, which is very impressive and important.
So very important to our clients looking to put in ADUs. A lot of them hesitant to just get the process started because it's almost like their permitting process could be left in limbo. So now they're saying it takes no longer than 60 days. What happens when they approach or pass that 60-day mark?
Yeah, we'll contact that city planning department and make sure that permit gets approved, because according to law, they only have 60 days. And we're seeing cities like San Jose and San Mateo becoming quicker and faster as time goes on. But if that situation ever were to arise, we'd be there to kind of step in.
And that's also just not a conjecture. It happened in San Francisco, right? They had hundreds of permits, and the city stepped in and said, you have to get an answer back to these people. And it happened in about 2 weeks?
It took about 2 to 3 weeks, and San Francisco went from having hundreds of permits in limbo to 0, because the state mandated this law.
Great. So follow the permits, you will get a response. Right? Fantastic.
Absolutely.
And I had a couple, those who are looking to build an ADU, there's also a pretty significant financial decision, right? So financing aside, I think the most popular way to finance these things is either self-funded, means I have the cash in my bank account, I'm just cutting you a check, or I could cash out refi or go through a HELOC. Are there any other ways of are there any banks lending, like big banks lending on ADUs?
Yeah, there's US Bank, which is exploring a more creative option where you are able to take the future projected value of the accessory dwelling unit, similar to almost like a construction loan for ADUs. There's very creative options, which we personally haven't worked with, like Unison, where basically they purchase into the equity of your home. There's a lot of creative options opening up, and we think that as more financing options become available for ADUs, the demand is just going to continue to grow.
And one of the things I like about your product is you really have your costs dialed down per square foot. So what's an average cost of square foot for me to build a Build Shilo product?
Yeah, I would say if you're building one of our standard models and you have a good lot that's flat and no overhead power lines, you're going to look at an all-in cost from design to final installation and certificate of occupancy of about $350 to $400 a square foot. And that's a predictable cost because we've worked out our relationships with manufacturers and our design and contracting team. And yeah, you can be confident in that.
And to give you a perspective, most of our new construction, new builds are running on the low end about $650 a square foot. So you guys are about 30% less than traditional construction when it comes to building things. And the best of all, you project manage the whole thing, right? I contact you, you do the permits, you do the site inspections, and pretty much I just cut you a check, and then in how many days can I walk out and enjoy my new ADU?
Yeah, we try to make it as simple as exactly how you just described. I'd say from the minute that we start working on design with you, we try to get an ADU in your backyard complete in 6 months.
That's really quick. That's usually it's a year from.
Yeah, it's the beauty of prefab.
Fantastic. And then assessments is a big question, right? So affecting our clients' tax bases is always big on their minds. And my understanding is it's going to get reassessed regardless whether I do a detached or attached ADU. But can you walk me through that process and how it's going to affect my property taxes the following year?
Yeah, absolutely. So your primary residence has an assessment and a tax rate. Once you add that detached ADU, someone will come in and assess that accessory dwelling unit or attached accessory dwelling unit and put a tax rate on that. But your primary residence's rate stays the same. And so what will happen is called a blended assessment. So that ensures that your primary residence's rate does not change or increase based on a new value.
And final question, primarily has to do with San Jose or the Bay Area. Well, two. I mean, one, solar is a requirement on ADUs or just new constructions?
If you're building a detached accessory dwelling unit, which Shilo ADUs are detached, you're going to have to include solar panels 99% of the time.
And that also just applies to just new residential construction in general in California. You'll need solar panels.
Great. And then in addition to that is the gas line question, right? So new construction, at least I think in San Jose, I believe, need to be electric. Is there a way to put in a gas stove or gas appliances into these ADUs?
By the book, the answer is usually going to be no. Most cities are becoming more restrictive. Like you just mentioned, San Jose installed a REACH code where they've actually gone to be more restrictive than state building codes. So now you can't do any sort of gas line in your ADUs. But yeah, we usually lean to the all electric. We just think it's the future, and especially with these solar panel requirements, it makes a lot of sense. But some cities still allow gas.
So we're running out of time, but before we wrap this up, is there anything you want to address the audience? Any new factoids or anything they should know before or during the Build Shilo process, or even random facts about either of you?
I would say the big thing is, obviously we're very big believers in the ADU movement. We've seen it in Vancouver, we've seen it in Portland, and it's made a really big difference to their housing stock. Even if you're looking to do the process yourself, it always helps to have a helping hand, and that's where Shilo seeks to come in, whether you want us to handle the entire process or just answer some questions. So you can get in contact with us. Our email is outreach@buildshilo, BUILDSHILO.com, or buildshilo.com is our website. And you can also get through to our phone number,
408-499-5928. So yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
We'll link all the information below. You could DM us to get their information as well. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
Thank you.